Hey everybody, Danielle here. Today is January 7th, the start of a new vlog, and I just thought I'd show you a little update to where I last left off. So that debacle. I don't know if I talked about it in the last clip of the last vlog, but I did speak to a friend of mine who does like sewing and quilting, and we have a plan. So I'm actually really excited for said plan. She's probably not going to be able to finish it until the last week of February or the first week of March. And if I'm being honest, it's probably going to be more like middle of March, but that's okay. But what I did, I don't know if you can see the hoop lines, but I did actually go buy a hoop. I don't own any hoops because I don't stitch with them because I don't like them. Just like with stitching in hand, it is also a little bit painful to my wrist to stitch with a hoop because it's a tighter grip, and I also feel like they're just not as balanced as Q-snaps. So like the hoop that I'm stitching with feels kind of heavy. But I went and bought one because I figured it had to be less awkward than stitching in hand, right? And 5,000%. 5,000% easier / less awkward than stitching in hand. A lot less painful too. So what I was able to do, when you saw it in the last clip, I think I'd put in 120 stitches or so, which had just been basically this corner here. But tonight I put in 300, and I did this purple border right here, and I did this, everything that I have with the alphabet, and then I did this part of the border here, and I did this wavy line. So I'm not going to leave it in the Q-snap, in the hoop when I'm not working on it, because I don't want that to get any worse. Because I can't, this fabric is not color safe. I cannot get this wet or damp to iron it, so I'm gonna have to do like the towel over the stitching, and then the ironing, and maybe I could do steam on the iron with the towel. I don't know, we'll have to see. But I'm just like, normally with my Q-snaps I leave them in, but this hoop I don't want harsh harsh lines. But yeah, so quote unquote all I have left is the phrase "won't dismantle itself," which I guess goes to about here or something like that. This border comes all the way across, and then there are leaves, purple line right here. The rest of this alphabet comes across the whole way. I have a Z. I have a doodad here under the feet of the llama. Connect the border, and then a set of numbers. Yeah, I'm less than 1,000 stitches away, so this should be my first finish of 2023. And then hopefully, it's still early in the month, hopefully then I could go back and finish the penguins, and that would actually take 2 whips off my list in the first month, so that would be fabulous. I don't think I have anything else that I'd be remotely close to finishing like for a February goal. But all right, I'm gonna end this clip, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey everyone, so today is January 10th, and I have a finish on Drama Llama. I'm so happy. So this is, I don't think I've given the full details when I've been talking about it the last few times. So this is Drama Llama Sampler by Bendy Stitchy Designs, and I stitched it on 32 count Chairific Lugana by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. It was a fabric of the month that I got like in the summertime of 2021. And when I saw it, I was just like, I just wanted to stitch Drama Llama on it. It was just one of those times where I got a fabric and I knew what had to go on it. And I just knew that I wanted it to be like really loud and bold. And this fabric said that to me. And then these color choices too. So the floss is this green color, is called Moana, I think Moana Manakai from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And then the purple is from Dying for Cross Stitch. It was unnamed. It was part of a Floss of the Month pack that I bought on the website. Like, I don't subscribe to the Floss of the Month, but the person from Dying for Cross Stitch will list extra packs on the website. So yeah, this is like I'm so proud of this. Like, my color choices for this, like, having not been a cross stitcher for very long, I've made very few color substitutions. I typically stitch with called for, and it's like just my fabric that I don't do called for because I just use what I have. But if DMC is called for, then that's usually what I use. So this was like probably one of the first times that I came up with it on my own, and I absolutely love how it looks, how it turned out. My only regrets with this piece is that I'm sure you can tell that like this border looks different and like this border than its counterparts. Like some of these letters look different than these letters. So what had happened was, you know, that lesson that everybody tries to tell you about make sure you have enough skeins of floss for your project when you are dealing with overdyed floss. So I had this skein here, and well, I started up here in this corner. So I had this skein, and I knew that one skein was not going to be enough. So I just went ahead and started, and I ordered like 3 skeins. I didn't really know how much I needed, but I knew for sure I'd need another skein. So I ordered some, and by the time I needed to use it, I'll show you what I had stitched. I had done this entire border. I had done most of this border. I saved some when it became obvious, but I did this border. CD, GH, OP, W, X. Yeah, so I had all that stitched, and I was getting low on it, and so I took out the other floss just to have it ready. And I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this just looks darker. Looks a lot darker. So I went ahead and started stitching with it. I don't remember if I started with letters, but these letters are in it, these letters are in it. Oh yeah, I did this border with the old one. But it was quite obvious like how much darker, like, and you can really tell when you look at the llama and like how dark it is compared to this, and like there's less variegation, which is fine. I'm not mad about that. But yeah, these are in fact the same color of floss. But so all I did was I just made sure this was the only border that was incomplete with the old floss. So I just made sure to save a strand so that I could finish it. And then everything else that's in green on this side and down here is all the newer dye lot. So that's my only like mistake or regret with this piece, is that I didn't, especially because I actually really love this dye lot better. So I kind of just wish that I had like ordered more, saved my original skein, and used what came in. But I wasn't gonna unpick all that. No, that wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, so this is Drama Llama. I started Drama Llama during my birthday week in September of 2021, and now it's finished. I actually finished it on yesterday, on January 9th, 2023. So yay. I use this as my main what I call protest piece, and I use the hashtag that Dr. Christie came up with, which is Still Marching Sal. When she released her Chins Up, Fangs Out piece, she started a hashtag called the hashtag Still Marching Sal. And she said just any protest piece. And so, excuse me, I have several pieces that are in this vein of like dismantle the patriarchy and the whole system is wrong and broken and fix the system, and other pieces that are also like from when the invasion of Ukraine happened. And so I just always want to have some kind of like protest piece going. So not sure which I'll start next, or if I might wait until the mood strikes me to stitch on a protest piece again before I actually just go ahead and start one. I'm trying to limit my new starts, so I might need to wait until like something, I mean, there's always something happening, but wait until something happens that kind of sparks me. And then I have given myself permission to start a new protest piece. So I think now that this is done, I'm going to try to pull it over to me. My situation next to me is kind of a mess. Okay, I'm going to go back to my penguin piece because this is very finishable, and it would be nice to get another finish. So as you can see, just the baby penguin on the left side. So this shouldn't take me more than a couple days. So that's the plan, and I think that is all I have for you for this clip. So I'll see you in the next clip, hopefully with a finish on this one. Bye. Hey everyone, I am filming on January 15th. It is like 4:30 in the morning, and I am done with my little penguin kit. It's so cute. So the last time that you saw it, I had everything done up to the big penguin, and then it's taken me 2 nights and 2 3/4 parade videos. I really enjoyed doing this project with parades. It was very motivating to me. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Let me show you the we'll put the model compared to I don't want to show you the chart, but yeah, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. And actually I saw another kit from Riolis that is like the same style of baby penguins, but there's two of them with like a little heart and they're like snuggling. It's so cute. So I opted to stitch this on a 14 count Picture This Plus crystal Ariel from my stash because, you know, kit fabric is no fun. Typically it's usually like really stiff and crunchy, and also they just don't really give you margins. Like the piece I got was probably only that big, like that. So like the margins on it would have been really tight. I don't know what I'll do with this. I mean, it's probably going in the journal. But I don't know if it'll fit in the journal. So we'll have to see. I really enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't enjoy the floss. So like, here's a good example, although albeit a mild example. This floss like really, it's definitely not DMC. It really like frays really badly. And of course it's bobbinated, so I think if I do kits in the future, I may need to, what I might do is like unwind it, cut my strips, and then use the card, like punch a hole in the card, and then wind it, and then basically floss drop it. So I think that would be my strategy with kits going forward. I don't like how it kinks. I don't like having to take the time to, you know, unwind it, wind it back up. But yeah, so I didn't run out of that color, but I did take the last of it off of the card, so it got kind of close. Kind of close. But as you can see, like everything else, I still had plenty. And I mean, I had more floss than this left. It's just that if I was in the middle of a strand, I just chucked the rest of it once I knew that I was done, since I tend to color complete. But yeah, so now that this is done, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my plans. I might just like, this might be a short vlog, because I don't know, we'll see if I want to do another clip. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna stitch on. I mean, kind of am, but I'm kind of not, and you'll see why here in a second. I find it very satisfying to fold up cross stitches like that. I could have done better on the bottom. Okay, so one of my plans, although I can't start yet, I am participating in a Ink Circles Mandala round robin. It was thought up by and is being like coordinated by Michelle from Bendy Stitchy. And so I'm in a group of 4 people. We've all picked different ink circle patterns. This is mine. And what we'll be doing is we're each gonna stitch our own one quadrant, and then we're gonna send it round robin to have the rest of it completed by the other members in the group. So I'm going to be stitching this quadrant here. So like you can see, you know, we're gonna come, this is the quadrant. And then I'm gonna send it, the person that I ship to, she is in Canada. So, you know, logically she'll probably come over here. She'll either come over here or she'll go down here. And then that person ships it to the next person who will, you know, most logically do this quadrant here. And the third person ships it to the fourth person, who will do the last quadrant. So I stitch 1/4 of my own, but I also stitch 1/4 of each of theirs. So this is going to be a year-long project. We're going to be rotating them quarterly, but my fabric is not here yet, so I can't start this right now. It's charted in DMC, so when I get my fabric, I'm going to pull the DMC to see how I feel about it on the fabric. But my fabric is a purple, and there's all these purple flowers going on. I feel like I may just pick shades of pink because all the rest of the flowers that aren't purple are pink. But we'll have to see how I feel. I might be able to find the right purple. And if I can find the right purple, then great. I'm also considering asking everybody to, like, maybe this flower here, because there's only one, you know, per quadrant. Like, everybody pick their own color to stitch it in. So, because I think that would be a fun way to represent, you know, that 4 different people stitched on it. But yeah, this is Bloomers by Ink Circles. But yeah, no fabric yet, so I can't start it. So then my other plan, what I'm going to be doing, but I wanted to start this on the 17th. But because I don't really have anything else to stitch right now, I might just go ahead and start it early. Okay, let's see here. Gotta pull everything out of the bag. So I am going to stitch. When I went through my kits the other day for my kit parade, I was reminded about my What Remains pattern by Blackbird Designs. It says what remains is love. I bought this, I want to say I bought it in either very late 2020 or very early 21. I remember that I saw it on Michelle's Flosstube, and so I went to Traditional Stitches. This was when it was exclusive to them for their 25th anniversary. And you could still buy it, but they were like in the 4th or 5th batch of waiting list. And so it took a long time to get it, which was fine. Excuse me. But as soon as I saw it and just the sentiment, like, I knew that I wanted to stitch it for my grandma. And I bought, it was a kit, but when I was going through my kit parade and like seeing how much, so like the linen that was called for was Weeks Dye Works, and about half of the flosses were Weeks Dye Works, and I just didn't feel good. Like, normally if I already have Weeks in my stash, I'll use it, but I didn't feel good with like half of it being in Weeks. And then also beyond that, like, this cover model to me, like, this basket to me looks blue. It looks kind of like a baby blue, but it's so not that color at all. It's the flosses are all these kind of weird, like, bronzy, olivey greens, like browns. And I'm not digging it. I wasn't digging it at all. So I've decided to basically fully convert it. So here is my fabric. This is a piece of 32 count Jobelan from Bestitch Me called Saturn. And I think it's coming out pretty true in the camera. And the only thing that I'm not changing, this color here, wait, is it this color here? Hold on. Yeah, I think there's still one in the bag. Okay, that's weird. I had kitted some things and then I went shopping and, which one is it? That's so weird. There should be 2 on this ring and there should be 3 total, but I'm only finding 2 total and 1 on the ring. Anyway, so the only color I'm not changing actually is the primary color for these flowers, the text, these flowers here, this kind of dark red color is this Gentle Arts Rose Garden. So that color I'm keeping. But the rest of it, I'm like totally brightening this whole thing. So like my floral colors, because there are, technically there's only 2 floral colors, but I picked kind of the color that I replaced in the piece is kind of like a salmony, bricky color. So my floral colors are these here. So I have the darkest one, and then this is like the light pink one, and then this is the one oh wait, I don't remember. I'm figuring it out as I go along, okay? But anyway, so these 3 are the florals, because see, like, I needed 2 shades of pink. Again, there's no pink in this whole thing, but don't these look very pink to you? So I needed the 2 shades of pink, because that's what it looks like to me. So that's why there's like kind of a darker one and a lighter one here. And then my greens for the grass and the vines and all that stuff are these 2 greens here. And then the house, so I didn't like the color of this house anyways. And because I'm doing it for my grandma, I would like it to look like the house that she lived in while I was growing up. So I've chosen this blue for her house. And then I'm gonna do the windows and the door in this white. And then the window frames and the door frame and the roof is this gray color. And then this big basket down here that looks blue to me, I'm gonna do the darker color is gonna be the blue from the house, and then the lighter color is gonna be this one. And then, so where I was stuck after that, I got through all that and I was like, all right, we're good. But then I was like, what do I do about all these birds and these doodads and these 2 baskets? So when I went to Acorns and Threads, I met up with Michelle and Nati and Kaylee, and while we were waiting for, Michelle and I were waiting for Nati and Kaylee, Michelle and I picked out, where's the purple? There it is. So we kind of picked out these 2 colors here, this sort of peacocky color and this purple. Oh, they do look really good together there. And then I also found this silk that I just really liked the look of this color, and I think that those 3 do go nicely together. So basically for the birds, we're just gonna kind of I'm just gonna kind of play the birds by ear and just play with these colors that I have. Like one of the greens, pink raspberry, you know, tealy blue green, light pink. I'm just, because most of the birds are just 2 colors. So I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear. Same with the baskets and the doodads. We're just gonna see how it goes. And then this color here, this last color, wait, that's not the last color. Oh, there's my other rose garden. This color, it's called cranberry, but it comes across as a very garnet red to me. And garnet was my grandmother's birthstone. So I think that I will do the year, which I was already planning to do her birth year. There's a spot for one initial. I'm gonna find a spot for the other. And her initials were JG. So I'm gonna do the year and her initials in this garnet red. So this was a very long-winded, but I just, so this is, like I said, I wanted to start this on the 17th because that was her birthday. She would have been 82 this year, and also this year in September is the 10th anniversary of her passing. So I just feel like it's time to get this project started. And I have everything I need now. But I wanted to wait till the 17th, but then that would mean me basically not stitching until, you know, let's like the 17th is not until 43 hours from now. So that's not realistic. I don't know if there's something in my stash or in my whip pile that I could pick up for just a day. I might do some more stitching tonight. We'll see. And then to stitch tomorrow night. But yeah, so that's the plan. This is going to be a new start. The round robin is going to be a new start. But that's okay because I finished 2 whips in January, so I'm net zero. Being net zero is good. So, all right, that's gonna do it for this clip. And I think since this clip is now 20 minutes long, I will go ahead and call it on the vlog. So until I see y'all again, thank you so much for being here, liking, subscribing, commenting, all that wonderful stuff. And I will see y'all in the next vlog. Bye.